The Gunner's Vault is brought to you by Big Boy Toys and Hobbies, your premier shop for all things radio controlled and more. For more information, go to bigboytoyslaf.com. To find out more about these products and services, go to acadianagunworks.com.
Unfortunately, not everyone can own a machine gun like this. There's certain rules you gotta live by. It sucks, but it's the truth. There's also licensing and a little bit of skill. Believe it or not, we got both. Welcome to the Gunner's Vault. Hi, we got a SPAS 12 today. You know what I know about the SPAS 12? Not a damn thing. This thing's complicated as hell. I don't even know how to rack it back, and I'm a little afraid to, because if you do something wrong, you break it. Yeah, it's a combat shotgun that's fragile. Thanks, France. Awesome. I've just been informed to thank Italy. Thanks, Italy. France, thanks a lot, too. Anyway, I don't know crap about this thing. I really, really don't. But I know who does. Geoff. Let me introduce you to somebody. This is my buddy Geoff Crow. He's a head gunsmith here at where the hell do we work?
Acadiana Gunworks.
Oh, yeah.
Usually.
All I have to do is read my damn shirt. Yeah, we work here at Acadiana Gunworks. This guy knows pretty much everything about anything. It's amazing.
I don't know about that.
Well, you know about this.
Alright, well let me tell y'all about this.
You got it.
This is a Franke SPAS 12. The company that made it, that Franke company, they have a long name, which I probably can't pronounce the whole thing correctly, but it's like Luigi Franke SPA, like SPA with periods behind it. That's kind of like the German GIMP or American Inc. And it stands for something about corporation stuff, which is how probably it got the name SPAS with periods after each letter and 12, because it was a 12 gauge shotgun, so that's probably why they tacked on the S. Some people in the U.S. call it the special purpose automatic shotgun, but if you look at the owner's manual, it actually says sporting purpose automatic shotgun, which they probably did in the hopes that ATF would allow them to continue importing it, which they did not due to the '89 import ban, which cut these off, at least with the cool folding stock. They kept importing them without the cool folding stock, unless you were law enforcement, until '94. Now, one of the cool things about the folding stock is that it looks awesome, and the rest of it is pretty much not cool because it has all these buttons to make it lock in different positions, and it does not easily move out of the way for you unless you have one of the later variant stocks that they actually didn't use on the SPAS 12. They used them on other guns. The correct stock for the SPAS 12 has this little detent here, and it locks into the rear sight. But if you look at most of the SPAS 12s on Gunbroker, they don't have the right stock on them because somebody took one of the post 94 models and swapped the stock around from a different model. So also these mag tube extensions, this is the correct one with the big tapered flange. Wrong models, they fit on here, and you see a lot of them get sold like that too. But this one's all correct with the original safety. These flip safeties like this are kind of dangerous, because when they wear out, they can cause the gun to have a discharge when you flip it to fire. So that's pretty ridiculously unsafe. Franke issued a recall on those, and they had them converted to a push button safety, but that was like in the early 90s, and those are not available anymore. So good luck finding one of those. The SPAS 12 is unique among shotguns in general because it operates in pump or semi with the push of this little button on the pump here. Right now it's in pump mode, and that's it locked open in pump mode. To unlock it, you have to hit this button here to push it forward. You also have to hit this button every time you want to insert a shell into it, so that's kind of aggravating. If you want to switch it to auto mode, you hit the button, move the forearm forward, and now it's locked in auto mode. In addition to the large 180-degree safety here, it also has this other thing here, which would be a carrier release on any other shotgun, but on the SPAS, it actually is toggled where it will remain in the back position And if you read the manual, they say you can use it as a safety. They call it a quick action safety. In reality, you have to do that just to get the action to open. If you have it forward, action won't open. Same thing in pump. You're like, oh, I'm going to switch it to pump and see if it's unloaded. Not if you didn't hit that. Complicated. And again, with no rounds in here, there's no shell to hit this release in here, so you have to hit the button to close it. Whenever you move this forearm, that little 1/2 inch there, that actually moves a lever under here that you can just barely see right here, and that actually opens and closes the gas port on this bad boy to make it work or not work. It's got a choke tube on the front of the barrel, but unlike most shotguns, it has external threads on the barrel rather than internal threads. Why? I don't know. I do know they made a 22mm NATO spec grenade launcher for it, which is just another ridiculous feature. And another feature it has is this button on the bottom or on the side here. This is a shell loading interrupter. If for some reason you wanted to say shoot tear gas, you could hold this button in, eject your buckshot or whatever you have, put your tear gas load in, and then close it, and you won't have loaded another shell from the magazine tube, so that after you waste that one guy with the, or you know, fill the house up with tear gas or whatever, you can load this thing again and be back in auto mode with your buckshot, or at least that was the idea. But as you can see, this thing is so complicated, you'd probably forget which button to hit or lever to press while you were trying to find your tear gas shell and end up just confused and dead. So it didn't catch on too well due to that, plus the weight. It weighs almost 10 pounds. It definitely would weigh 10 pounds loaded. So it only saw adoption by about 5 military and law enforcement agencies ever, and I'm willing to bet most of them just bought it because it looks cool. They probably quit using them promptly thereafter. The Italian military and state police actually used them, but not this exact model. It was a modified, stripped down version that didn't have the cool looking heat shroud and stuff. That was way simpler and actually a lot easier to use. And those other two models that I mentioned that they had the stocks for were the SAS 12, which was a pump action only 12 gauge, and the Law 12, which was a semi-auto only 12 gauge. And again, when they only do one function, they're a lot simpler. They imported these through American Arms, starting in the U.S. in 1983, and later Benelli took over importation, and they discontinued them due to not only the '89 import ban, but also because Benelli had the M3 convertible pump auto, which is pretty much the only other shotgun that does something like this, and they didn't want to sell these anymore because Benelli had their flagship law enforcement model, so they discontinued them, making them collector's items. That's about it. That kind of wasn't so awesome.
Did I lie? This dude knows all kinds of crap about this thing. Thing is, as Geoff was pointing out, it looks great, but it's a piece of crap. It really is. I mean, it's a sporting shotgun. Yeah. This is what I'm going to go shoot skeet with. That's an awesome idea. There's one other thing. I don't know if Geoff covered it or not. And this is why I really don't, well, there's all kinds of reasons why I really don't like the gun. But one of the reasons I really, really don't like the gun, if the safety's in the wrong position and you do something, you're going to break the gun. Yeah.
So here's how you break your SPAS 12
Yeah.
and cause your 180-degree safety to mess up. You hopefully you would do this with it unloaded when you break it. You dry fire it, you put the safety on, and then you try to open the bolt or pump it if it's in pump mode, which would also open the bolt. And as soon as you do that, you're going to slam the hammer into your safety and put a big old gouge in it. And later, whenever the safety is trying to do its job of holding the hammer back, it's going to fail prematurely. Now the jury's out on whether...
How cool is that?
it's pretty fail. The jury's out on whether these 180-degree safeties malfunction due to that or if they just get old and wear out, assuming you do everything correctly. I really don't know. But the one on this one happens to work, but I'm not going to trust it ever because I know about that, and you shouldn't either.
I'm willing to bet that it's not a matter of the safety wearing out, because I'm willing to bet anybody who has one of these things gets rid of it long before they have the option to wear anything out on this thing. It's just that confusing. It's supposed to be a military grade weapon. Military grade weapons is simple, few parts to break. You just move it along and you kill people with it. That's what you do. It's military. That's, you know, kill people, break things. That's what they do. That's what it's designed for. This is like a gun Picasso would have. You know, the eyeballs over here, there's another eyeball over here. You got to press this eyeball to make this eyeball move out the way to make it blink. And your arm's down here. It's nuts, man. Well, here. All I got to say is when you got a sight blade that's this tall and you can't put a suppressor on it, why? I mean, it's heavy. It's uncomfortable. The grip is huge. It's like holding an auto mag. It's what's the word I'm looking for here, Geoff? What's the Italian word for fail? We'll just say tortuga, which I believe is turtle. So this would be the turtle of shotguns. And not even a cute turtle. Just horrible. If you have one of these things, sell it. Not to me. To somebody else who hasn't seen this video. Then after you sell it, show them this video. And they go, ha ha. And that's what I do. But this thing's claim to fame is it was in Jurassic Park, the first one, the best one.
And Terminator 1.
Oh yeah, good call. See, he knows all kinds of crap. You just can't stop him from knowing stuff. Oh wait, do some Russian about this thing.
Combat shotgun not built to Russian standards. Overly complex, complicated. Russia likes simple shotgun design. Fire big gauge. These only purely American 12 gauge. Russian special forces use ginormous.
See,
combat shotgun.
and that's why Geoff is going to be a regular here on the Gunner's Vault. This dude knows his crap and he's funny as hell. So stick around. We got a lot more stuff coming for you. Geoff.
So we're out today at our secret Bayou test fire location with the SPAS 12. Show you guys what this can do. Shoot once apparently. And that's what happens when your shells aren't powerful enough to cycle the action. So we'll just switch it to pump mode. And that's how you make it keep on trucking.
They are the forgotten heroes of our generation, military families. Families of fallen or wounded Special Operations warriors sacrifice so much. The Special Operations Warrior Foundation supports the families of Special Operations personnel wounded or killed in combat or training. Whether it's airfare to travel to a wounded soldier's bedside or college tuition for the child of a fallen warrior, the foundation is making a difference.
The help that they've given me and so many other kids like me, it's undescribable how important it is to have the opportunities that your father would have wanted you to have had he survived.
It's not just a college education, it's a foundation. It's a good, solid, positive, moral backing foundation. That's what they give to my children.
Visit us online at specialops.org.